What's up YouTube, Mambuna Marcus here. As you can see, there's another box in front of the video camera, and that indicates that I've been out and about picking up new fish. So again, I have another unboxing video for you guys, and there's a lot in the box this time, so I'm going to get right to it. So the first fish that we have in here might be a little difficult to see, but it's basically a true green terror. I think revoltus, again, there's a number of different fish classified as green terrors. I believe this is the true variety. Super beautiful female, lots of color to it. A little difficult to see with the contrast in color going on here, but you can see that beautiful orange in the tail. And again, these bags all have large logos on it, so it's going to be a little hard to see the fish. So I'm going to do my best to showcase it to you guys on the camera, but again, like any of my other unboxing videos, I'll follow up later on shooting the video of the fish after they've settled into the aquarium. So real nice green terror, and I'll see what else I got. Maybe get a little better look here. This is one of 3 red terrors that I picked up today. This was technically what they called a breeding trio. It was 1 male, 2 females. The females had beautiful red already at the size that they are. They're probably around 4 inches. And I figured, you know what, I'll introduce them back together, and whatever pair comes out of it, I'll hold on to and possibly sell off the additional female. So picked up a trio of red terrors. Pretty uncommon cichlid here in Canada. We've seen them a little bit more time to time over the last couple years, but they can be really hit or miss. And the few that I have seen have not been very impressive, but this trio was quite impressive. So again, I had to make sure I picked them up. So, what do we have in here? Oh, I'm going to go with this. These are called, I believe it's Tenachromis hori. It's a Tanganyikan, like basically, it's almost like a Tanganyikan hap. Really hard to see in the bag, and again, they're extremely dull in the light. But these fish are really, really awesome fish. You know, basically they can grow out and be quite aggressive with each other. But they will do quite well, I believe, with some of the Mambuna that I'm keeping. And then the males, when they develop or mature their colors, they'll develop beautiful little yellow dots throughout the body and a little bit of red. So real interesting fish to keep an eye on. And I've had them in the past but never had too much luck. These fish tend to bloat really easily, so I'm just going to make sure that they settle in easily, and I'm going to feed them sparingly. This is the male of the trio of red terrors. Pretty big, probably around 5.5 inches. And he's going into quarantine, and he's going to be by himself. He was a bit of a bully, I noticed, at the aquarium store. And once everything settles in, I'll make sure I reintroduce him with the females into a nice large aquarium. So for now, I'll set them aside. Just picked up some wisteria for my planted tank downstairs. This will be a good foreground plant, help fill it out. So other than that, just a couple bunches. Okay, what I have here is super bizarre. These are called silver goby dragons, something like that. I've never seen them before. Extremely unusual. In the tanks, in the tank I was observing them, they're almost like a saltwater jawfish. No salt added or anything else. Again, I haven't ever seen them. I've never read up any literature on them, but they looked like they were doing quite well and were quite hardy. So I figured this was the oddball pickup of today, and again, because I've never ever seen them, I'd consider them pretty uncommon or rare. So look forward to the update video later on. Whoop. This bag was double bagged earlier. That's just the other female of the trio. But it looks like it's sprung a leak, so I'm going to put her back into the cooler. And I picked up 3 jumbo Botia Bordomori, something like that. I'll double check again how to properly say it. I'm going to see if I can get you guys to get a good look at them. But again, very similar to that of like a tiger botia. It's a pretty large loach, but again, considered not to be as aggressive. Quite colorful, and again, should be no problem mixing them with my African cichlids. So I purchased these guys probably half a year's back in one of my other unboxing videos, but they never settled in or did well. So this bunch looks like they're a little more durable, and I really hope, fingers crossed, that they, you know, get through the next, 4 to 5 weeks. So once they're good, they're good. There'll be a hardy fish, but sometimes loaches can carry little bits of odd parasites and things that are, very dangerous and sensitive to them. So I'll make sure that I quarantine these guys all on their own. And last of the fishes, I picked up a trio. See if I can. Really difficult to showcase them today. The logos on these bags are just all in the way. A trio of Imperial STEVENI. So it's a Protomalus species. They turn out quite beautiful. Typically the males will develop a yellowish body and blue head. A real nice showstopper for, like a peacock hap aquarium. And because of the body color changing, more to a yellow, it's a real nice contrast against a hap or peacock tank that has a lot of blue. So these are pretty good. They're around 2.5, almost 3 inches in size. And it probably won't be too long until the male starts to develop his maturing colors. So that's it. That's in the box today. And make sure you catch the second part of this video. So here's the loaches, Botia Bordomori, something like that. Again, don't go exactly with my pronunciation of the Latin name, it's probably wrong. They're in my 35-gallon tank here, and like I said, I bought a trio of them. I've done a little research on them, and it seems that they are a very communal loach that basically live in an established hierarchy amongst themselves. So they recommend that you buy about 6 of these individuals at a time. I only bought 3. If it happens that I'm by the local fish shop again, I'm going to purchase another 3 of them. They seem to do best from everything that I've basically read about them, is that they're good in a group of basically 6 as a minimum. So the ones I picked up were all quite large, very closely related to the tiger botia, and they're known to be a little bit on the aggressive side. So as you can see, they are quite cool. I'm quite happy with them, and I just hope that they settle in quite nicely over the next few weeks. Here is one of the female red tears that I picked up. She's sharing the tank with the other female, and I also have the red tear in this aquarium also. The green tear. So this is a tank with tears, red and green, and hopefully she comes out again for you. Everybody's been really skittish and scared of their new surroundings. They seem to be eating and overall doing well. Here's the green tear. As you can see, the colors were really excellent. It wasn't a fish that was on a list that I wanted to pick up. But again, based on what I've seen out there, this was an exceptional specimen. And this is a female. She was protecting a bunch of eggs that she laid in the store and was very protective and aggressive. Again, she was all by herself. So there was no way that those eggs would have ever turned out to be anything. They needed to be fertilized by another fish, a male, and without the male in the tank, they would just get fungusy and basically rot. So it wasn't like I was separating her from her young. The eggs had no chance of survival, and you get that with Central and South American cichlids. Sometimes when you have a lone female that's been by herself, or there's no male of any species for her to interact with, they sometimes will lay eggs on their own. Here's the other female. and they just seem to be a little curious, which is okay. Normally when I walk into the room they disappear. Both these females look like they have nice potential. They're around 4 inches in length, but I really hope they turn out to be really dark red female red terrors. That would be just exceptional. So overall this tank's doing well. These loaches are an awesome pickup. You can see the beautiful rainbow color in them. The red in the top fin, the lower fins with the yellow, the anal fin, and just the awesome spots. So once they're fully quarantined, they're going to go into my 135 with a lot of my Mambuna, and I'm sure that they'll do quite well in that tank. So I've had tiger botillas with my Mambuna in the past, so these guys should be no problem. And again, they're considered to be a little less aggressive, but botillas and loaches, you know, their individual personalities can really vary. So that's them, and now let's go take a look at some others. So here's the male red terror. He's in my 15-gallon quarantine aquarium. I also call this my solitary confinement aquarium. This male is quite nice, but he was very aggressive at the fish store, and he was really taking a round out of the females. So basically I figured until the females can establish themselves, I'll maybe reintroduce the male. But red terrors have a tendency to be really aggressive, so I'm going to grow out the females, make sure that they're a little bit larger before reintroducing this male, so that way they can maybe handle themselves a little bit better. But overall this male, like I said, he seems to be very personable. He is not scared of me at all, and I'm sure he'll turn out to be a nice specimen down the road. So overall he's doing well, but it's going to be some time before he sees his girls again. So here's the Horai cichlid, or Horai, either or. Real cool cichlid. Again, like I said, I had these in the past with varied success. You know, I'd get them to a certain point and then, you know, maybe take off and someone would feed my aquarium and then come back and find them bloated. So this time I'm hoping to really watch what I feed them and really make sure I control their diet, because they are that sensitive. As you can see, this little individual loves to sift the sand. There's 2 more over here. There's a larger one underneath the sponge filter, and that's going to be a male. You can see the spotting already coming in on his face. And like I said, the body and the cheeks, you know, they'll develop a beautiful yellow speckling throughout, and they make for a really nice individual, unique cichlid. They can be very aggressive on themselves. So once these guys are out of quarantine, they will be going into a larger mixed aquarium. But I'm very happy to have them again. They're very unique in their own right, and a very cool cichlid. So again, they're sitting in this 20-gallon tank, which was a breeder tank for my red marble convicts, and they are currently sharing it with the pickup of the day. These red, or sorry, they're silver dragon gobies. That's what they were called. I have no idea what the specific Latin name is on them. But very cool individuals. They move around just like a mud skipper does, and they seem to be doing quite well. They seem that they are a sand sifter, and if they are like a filter feeder, I'm feeding them the decapsulized brine shrimp. So, you know, whatever settles into the bottom or into the sand, they'll be able to filter out through their gills, and then, you know, if they're doing well from there on, I'll just maybe see if they'll take some of the frozen brine shrimp. So, real cool individual. Personality and character is awesome. And once I learn a little more info on them, I might dedicate a specific tank to their biotope. So, pretty happy with the pickup. Too bad that he doesn't come out a little further for you. Actually, I'm going to grab a net, see if I can scare him out a little bit for you. There we go. Oh, there we go, and he's disappeared. They seem to like to hide under these logs or ornaments. But I'll let them be for today. I don't want to squish any of them. So if I squish them and they croak, good luck on me finding them again. So at the back of this tank, this is one of my fry grow-out aquariums. Here's those Imperial STEVENI. Again, juvenile coloration, just silver at the moment. Nothing too spectacular, but you know, I can pretty much guarantee that if I grow up any of these fish to maturity, there'll be a species profile video to follow up. So like I said, you know, I like to keep you guys posted on their progress, but again, just 3, you know, juvenile individuals. They seem to be quite pleasant and not very aggressive to each other. But within about 3 to 4 weeks, maybe 5, if after I feel that they're fully quarantined and healthy and ready to be introduced, I'll put them into one of my larger grow-out aquariums. Thanks for watching.